Welcome to Roanoke County Business Partners. On this month's show, we visit virtually with CEO of Roanoke-Blacksburg Technology Council and Valley's Innovation Council, Greg Feldman, to learn about their new strategic alliance and grants the two organizations have received. We visit with TMike, whose North American headquarters is located in Roanoke County. Tricia Downey and Darren Honaker discuss the company's participation in the Virginia Leaders in Export Trade Program with the Virginia Economic Development Partnership. We also hear from VEDP's Nate Day on the program. Then we meet with David Topping of Responsive Technology Partners, who tells us about some of the services they offer and a new merger that expands the company along the East Coast.
We're here today at TMike to visit with them and talk about their participation in the VEDP Valet Program. I'm here with Darren Honaker, the Commercial Director for Industrial Systems, and Tricia Downey, the Marketing Communications Manager with TMike. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for coming.
Before we get into the export and assistance sort of conversation, tell us about TMike, the history, the presence here in Roanoke, what you do.
Sure. TMike was formed in 2003 as a joint venture between Toshiba and Mitsubishi Electric. We drive industry globally by designing, developing, and engineering advanced automation controls and solutions for our heavy industry clients. The heavy industries that we serve include metals, material handling, oil and gas, solar, we can go on and on. We also manufacture large AC motors and DC motors, and we manufacture variable frequency drives. We also have a renewable energy division that manufactures our award-winning photovoltaic inverter for our utility scale solar projects.
Tricia, tell us a little bit more about your presence here in Roanoke County.
Sure. Here in our North American headquarters in Roanoke, we have over 350 employees. We have the brightest minds in all of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Of the 350 employees, over 80 to 85% are actually engineers and scientists. We have, I believe our intellectual property is one of our greatest commodities. Also, we celebrate our diversity here at TMike. We have employees from over 25 different countries, and we are truly the United Nations of technical talent here in the Roanoke Valley.
Wow. And one of the projects close to home is over at the Port of Virginia, correct?
Correct. That is a historic expansion that we have at the Port of Virginia. And Darren will speak a little bit more about that. We're excited about that, and that definitely aligns with our partnership with Virginia Economic Development Partnership and our hopes for what we hope to accomplish in the Valet Program going forward with expanding our footprint in port automation.
So Darren, tell us about that. Tell us about the work that you all do around the world and what you hope to get out of the Valet program, what the impetus for joining in that was.
So at TMike, the Industrial Systems Group, we focus on port automation, container port automation, taking the container off the ship and putting it onto the shore, and then moving that container from the queue area and moving it on into the yard area. We've been very successful. We've worked very hard at Virginia, making Virginia Port one of the very best ports in the United States, if not globally. We also work on various different ports around the world. Abu Dhabi is one of our very best locations, Barcelona. We have Yangshan, Qingdao in China. So the participation in the Valet program, we're looking to expand our install base globally. It's quite exciting times because we're making a lot of trips internationally and talking to a lot of potential clients around the world.
Some of them without leaving the desk, right?
You're exactly right, Tom. Now's a very difficult time because it's very difficult to go and meet with our clients. We just can't meet with our clients, but we're doing that virtually. Yeah. We've set up Microsoft Team calls at 1 a.m. in the morning to connect with those clients in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing about being a technology company, is that we've been able to pivot into very much a digital landscape during the pandemic. We still are able to meet with our customers. We continue to deliver customer success every project, every time.
Yeah. And because of the spaces that you all operate in, demand continues, right? Because we still need goods and services shipped around the world.
Correct.
And one thing, a metric that I was very surprised to see was I expected international trade to really be declining into the summer months. But what we're seeing is that container traffic through China is at pre-COVID-19 levels in July of 2020. Now, in the United States, we're not quite back up, to where we were pre-COVID, but globally, we're seeing, the export out of China is right back to where it was.
Yeah. Which takes us to the conversation with VEDP, and we'll bring in Nate Day with VEDP to talk about that next. We're joined now by Nate Day, International Trade Manager with Virginia Economic Development Partnership. Nate, thanks for coming.
Tom, it's a pleasure to be here.
Tell us about Valet and TMike's participation.
Absolutely. So Valet is our premier program for the state of Virginia. It's a 2-year program where we focus on helping companies find opportunities around the world to help sell their products and services. And TMike is such a great company. They're local, but they're also global. And we are excited to get to partner with them and also their industrial systems to help take their automation control technology to other ports around the world. Recently, they were part of the upgrade to the Port of Virginia, and the improvement in operations that the Port of Virginia has recognized, the results have been dramatic. And so to get to support them through Valet and taking that technology around the world, we're excited to hopefully be a part of their success.
Valet stands for?
Virginia Leaders in Export Trade.
Excellent.
So, but no, we're excited to have TMike as part of the program. And so they'll be in there for 2 years, working with one of our Valet managers. And there is lots of opportunity out there. And with the team that they have assembled here in Roanoke and the talent they have, we're confident of their success and we're happy to be a part of it.
Yeah. And that talent, part of it's standing right here. Darren, tell us about your participation, what you hope to get out of the program.
I can just tell you from previous experience, I've had some incredible experiences with the Virginia, with VEDP. Recently completed, well I say recently, in 2019 I completed a trade mission to Saudi Arabia. VEDP did an excellent job of, arranging meetings with the right people at the various ports. And we're looking forward to the next 2 years where we'll, take that to other places in the Middle East, we'll take that to South America, we'll take that to Southeast Asia. So taking our local roots from here in the Roanoke County area and taking that to expand our global footprint, we're quite excited about that here at TMike.
Yeah. Well, as we are. We really appreciate what you all do here and the boost to the regional, state, and national economy that your company brings.
Yeah, I mean, I can say definitely that we are blessed to have TMike here in Roanoke and state of Virginia, getting to partner with them and getting to see the value they bring to so many different industries. Being a leader across the world is exciting, and so we are definitely blessed.
Well, Roanoke County is a very good place for TMike. We really like being here. It's a great place where all of our engineers, they all like working here in the Roanoke Valley. It's wonderful.
Awesome.
Nate, other companies might want to get involved in export assistance. How do they reach out to you?
Absolutely. So right now, as we see countries reopening up and helping companies rebuild their revenues or diversify or grow, they're happy to contact me. My email is inday@vedp.org, or just simply go to exportvirginia.org and you can reach out to us. We'll be happy to have a conversation and see how we can help support you and your team doing international sales.
Great. Darren, thanks for having us here. Thanks for all that you do. Good luck with the Valet program. Nate, as always, thanks for being with us.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Here today with Greg Feldman of the Roanoke-Blacksburg Technology Council and Valley's Innovation Council. Greg, thank you for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you, Tom. It's a pleasure to be with you this morning.
Tell us a bit about the two organizations, their respective missions, a bit about the history, if you will, and some of the recent announcements that you had, including the Strategic Alliance.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Well, first of all, the Roanoke-Blacksburg Technology Council and Valley's Innovation Council, to your point, formed a strategic alliance earlier this summer. And a lot of that is because we've had a standing history of working together already under a shared mission of wanting to grow the innovation ecosystem in the region and also to ultimately grow the technology community and the number of technology companies that are based here in the region. And so as we worked on joint projects, the boards saw alignment as important and also in keeping with what the state is doing right now under the Virginia Innovation Partnership Authority, to have a alignment within regions around the state of organizations focused on the technology economy and the innovation economy, aligned with what the state is trying to do to drive more activity in that sector and ultimately more high-wage jobs. So as you know, from a history standpoint, the Roanoke-Blacksburg Technology Council has been around since the late 90s. It is a member-focused organization and is organized as a 501c6. Valley's Innovation Council is somewhat newer. We formed officially in January of 2018, and it is a 501c3 organization. And if you think about the component parts, we call Valley's Innovation Council VIC. VIC has really focused on planning and research, assessing where we are in the innovation economy today, assessing the strengths and weaknesses of our ecosystem, and then trying to lay out pathways and pursue resources that can help address those gaps. The RVTC, Roanoke-Blacksburg Technology Council, has done a lot of programming around education, networking, et cetera, for member companies. And we find ourselves working on a lot of similar issues like access to capital. How can we improve that in the region? Access to talent, both those folks that already have the skills that live here, but also many of these companies need mid and senior management people that oftentimes have to be recruited. So how do we help tell the story of this region as a place for innovation and tech sector workers to think about? And I think it's a wonderful opportunity, especially if there's any silver lining at all in the pandemic. I think more and more people are starting to look around. I can live anywhere and do my work in this environment, just as we're doing this show today. And it's a real opportunity to attract some new talented workforce and gain population growth in higher wage jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're also doing some work on the workforce development, the growing our own workforce here as well. Tell us about the recent award on that front.
Last week, we were awarded a $290,000 state grant that's matched by approximately another $160,000 to deliver an internship apprenticeship program specifically targeting IT and software development talent. We have partnered, and Roanoke-Blacksburg Technology Council has taken the lead on this with some companies like Next Up, which has been running an acceleration program on the tech campus for about 10 years, and Max Potential, which has run some nice apprenticeship programs for those workers that are getting reskilled, say, in certain coding capabilities. So we'll be able to marry both, say, university level folks, juniors and seniors principally, with people that are already in the workforce and match them with employers that have software projects, development needs that they might farm out on this model or this basis. And it links especially smaller and mid-sized companies that may not have the infrastructure to run their own, say, internship program inside. We'll actually have senior team leaders that will run these teams, deliver the work product back out, and then both sides, the workforce gets some visibility on potential employers in the region, and employers in the region get an early look at potential talent that they can perhaps lure. And you asked, Tom, earlier about the other grant that we've been working on this year that we feel very fortunate to have received, the federal EDA Build to Scale program in support of the RAMP program, which is our regional acceleration and mentorship program based, the in-residence program is based in the Gill building in the city of Roanoke, but we serve companies throughout, again, the entire Region 2 footprint, and we're even getting some applications from companies out of the region entirely and even out of the state. So that's our effort to really focus and provide the right kind of support mechanisms for innovators and founders of early stage, highly scalable technology companies, and give them the kind of nurture which is classroom instruction based, it's mentorship based, and heavily focused on customer discovery to give them the right kind of nurture that it quote unquote accelerates their capability to launch and commercialize an innovation that they're trying to bring to the market.
So really on what I hear is on both fronts, whether it be the workforce development or the entrepreneurial startup arena, we're focusing on tapping into the assets that are here, i.e. the expertise in the companies and trying to match them up with up and comers, whether that be workforce or startups, as well as recruiting from outside the region to really attract people to the great things we've got going here.
Yeah, absolutely, Tom. I mean, we live in a great place, but make no mistake about it, it's a dogfight. Everybody wants these types of jobs. Pew Research, this is a report from about 2-3 years ago now, found that a 4-year graduate with a STEM degree in the United States averages about $81,000 a year. As a point of reference, that's about 2x the median income in our region. It is really important that we leverage the assets that we have in our region. All of those places, as they do more translational research, meaning something that can translate into solving a market problem or opportunity, gives rise to the potential for some either innovation being licensed or bought by an existing Virginia company, perhaps in our region, or it could serve as the basis for a startup. And part of what we're doing with the new EDA grant with the second cohort is it will be domain focused more on health and life science, because we're seeing a rising tide of opportunities springing up out of the research that's going on at Virginia Tech and places like Feldman Biomedical.
Right, really build on those.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Greg, thank you for your time this morning. You guys are doing a tremendous amount of great work, and we really appreciate that. And congratulations on both grant awards. Those are huge, and we look forward to seeing all of the results that will flow from that, from your good work. Thank you, sir.
Well, Tom, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be with you.
With the highest population density in Roanoke County, the Hollands area provides an excellent location for business investment opportunities with over 270 commercial and residential properties. The Holland Center plan covers a 465-acre area stretching from portions of Williamson Road, Peters Creek Road, and Plantation Road, all the way up to Interstate 81. Neighboring this area is Holland University, which fuels the community with vibrant student life and a desire for more dining, retail, and entertainment options. Several transportation projects are underway to make the area friendlier to pedestrians and bicyclists, resulting in a welcoming, walkable neighborhood for local residents and visitors alike. Interested developers, investors, and businesses can call Roanoke County Economic Development at 540-772-2069 with questions and details on the Hollands area market demand.
Roanoke County Business Partners today here with David Topping, formerly the Managing Partner of Professional Network Services, now the Vice President of Business Development for the new name,
Responsive Technology Partners.
Congratulations on the merger.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Tell us about it. Start with a little bit of history for Professional Network Services and how you got to where we are today.
Okay. Well, Professional Network Services started in 1994 here in Roanoke, doing all kinds of cabling and various service work for the Roanoke Valley and surrounding areas, and then grew to 2 local guys from IBM and another gentleman with Professional Network Services that came down from Connecticut, and we teamed up and got going, and that was 25 years ago.
Wow.
So we're still providing telephone support as well as integration support for people's networks and servers and workstations, telephone systems, anything business related that voice or data travels through. That's what we do.
Okay. And now the big announcement, though, is you've become Responsive Technology Partners.
That's right. It's a regional player in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and now Virginia, providing those same services across an entire region as opposed to just a local.
So it really expands your reach.
Absolutely. expands our reach regionally, and still planning to grow beyond that as well.
And so what does that mean for folks here in the Valley?
What it means for the people here in the Valley is that we're going to be able to provide a local presence, just like we did for the last 25 years, but be a part of a much larger organization, access to additional resources, and be able to provide better support to our friends here in the community.
So you touched on it briefly, but let's just kind of go through the services that you provide now with Responsive Partners.
Okay. We do cable infrastructure. So all of the Cat 5e, Cat 6a, those types of cable infrastructure, just like we did when we started. And we support everything we sell. We do the integration support for servers, putting in any information asset that you may decide to acquire. We can assist you with those decisions. And then we support everything we sell, which I think is the differentiator for our firm.
So David, tell us a little bit about some of your customers, some of the projects that you do.
We've done all types of projects, from very large organizations to very small organizations as well. So we really don't discriminate whether you're a large organization or a small one. And we can provide support for 3 people all the way up to 150 people, just depends on what the customer needs.
And existing businesses, new construction, I know you guys can come in and cable a new project, right?
Absolutely, we do. We work with a number of really good architects here in the area. We work with construction companies here in the area, and we've got long relationships with each of those and can bring a team approach to new construction as well as renovations.
So the point being, come in on the early end so that you can work with the designers, with the contractors to make it a lot easier, a lot more efficient, right?
That's right, that will save them money.
Yeah. And then if you're an existing business, come in alongside of them with the services, the support, the IT, all of that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And we have agreements that are put in place that are real simple, real easy to understand, such that we can be there and have very fast responses. That's our first name, Responsive.
So for folks who want to get a hold of you?
Our main number would be the best way, and that's 540-265-1200.
Okay, and we'll roll in the website across the bottom of the screen here. David, thanks so much. Congratulations on the merger, and we look forward to all that you'll be able to continue doing here for businesses in the Valley.
Sounds great. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for joining us for Roanoke County Business Partners. If you have any questions about this show, want to start a business, or need business assistance, please contact the Roanoke County Economic Development Office at 540-772-2124 or email Jill Loop at jloop@roanokecountyva.gov, or you can always visit our website at yesroanoke.org.